Hi, Rob Linhart here in the Hazel's Wine Department, and here we go with Zuper Sales for the week of May 9th.
John was the first one to pull you down. He took one drink and he started to clown. Passed you the Hazel, Jane, and Jack. Penelope got you and passed you right back.
We're off to California this week for 3 great deals. We're going to start with a Chardonnay that I know so many of you are going to be happy is back. This is the 2019 Firebrand Chardonnay. Just as the last vintage, this is big, round, really bold, ripe peach, apple, pear fruits up front. Hints of oak showing through here, a nice sort of butterscotch element to this. They did do some lees stirring, so you'll pick up a little bit of toastiness in this wine, especially on the finish. For this buttery opening texture, you'll get nice, good, firm acidity on the finish. This is a good all-around California style Chardonnay at a really good price. Next up, it's the 2018 Verada Tri-County Cabernet Sauvignon. Fruit sourced here from 3 counties in California, San Luis Obispo, Monterey, and Sonoma. So you get nice characteristics of all those areas in this wine. The cooler climate in Monterey and San Luis Obispo is definitely bringing some nice firm acidity to this wine, adding some elegance. The Sonoma fruit and a little bit of that San Luis Obispo fruit is giving you a really dense, deep core of dark fruit. I'm thinking plum, cassis, black cherry. The oak finish on this wine is balanced on a knife edge. It's just perfect. It accents the fruit beautifully. I'm getting sort of a black cherry ice cream finish on this wine. Doesn't really mean sweetness, just a very nice interplay with the oak and the fruit on the finish. Not just about fruit there. There's good leather, hints of earth, a firm minerality to this wine, a very complete Cabernet at a terrific price. Last, but certainly not least, we've got another somewhat unusual, very special wine for you here. This is the 2016 Martian Ranch and Vineyards Carbonic Grenache coming out of Santa Barbara. Those of you who tried the previous version that we ran a few weeks ago, that was the Grenache Syrah Mourvedre blend. Here, all Grenache. The carbonic aspect of this wine basically means they've started the wine as a whole cluster. And what that does is the grape begins to ferment actually from the inside out. Also what they'll do is they'll kind of seal the tank or the barrel a little bit. That will hold in some of the carbon dioxide while the fermentation begins. What that does to the wine is it gives this big, floral, bright lift to the wine. The fruit just comes charging out of the glass. You take what would normally be some darker tones to the fruit and you add light berry, almost bubblegum aromas and very light, beautiful spring flowers. Very much a style that they use in Beaujolais to give that lift to the wine, and we'll see it here. Very pretty nose. On the palate, some of those darker tones will definitely start to come through, however. We'll start to see the spice of the Grenache show through a bit more. As with the previous version of this, the blend, little bit of smokiness coming through on the mid palate and the finish to give a darker tone to the fruit. Very unusual style for this grape and for this part of the world, but what they've done here is they've taken normally a grape that's very dark and dense, they've given it some great lift and great brightness, a really interesting, solid summer wine.
John was the first one to pull you down. He took one drink and he started to clown. Passed you the Hazel, Jane, and Jack. Penelope got you and passed you right back.